welcome to the Value channel. This is Mr. Value, and it's such a pleasure to have you watch my video. Thank you so much for all the support that we've received on the Value channel. We've had a lot of people who viewed our videos or watched them, and very lovely compliments coming from all of you. Thank you very much. We appreciate that. A lot of people have said that they found the videos on this channel very informative, and there's a lot of good information shared on it, and we really appreciate that. And just because there's been so many questions, and I try to answer as many as I can in the comment sections of the videos. So if you have any question, feel free to pop it up, and when I have the time, I will respond to it. But I felt I should do this video to first of all say thank you to everybody that has watched the videos and made a comment, and to also give some answers to some of the questions that have been raised on these videos. So we've had 3 sets of videos. One of about studying in Ireland, doing a master's degree in Ireland. There's part 1, there's part 2, and there's part 3. If you've not watched them and you're watching this video, I'd recommend that you go watch the 3 parts, and it will help you understand some of the questions that I'm going to be answering in this video. But then I'll just answer some of the key questions that I see that many people have asked in the comment sections. I've written them down here. The first one is English tests. A lot of people are asking, okay, why do I have to write an English test before doing a master's degree in Ireland? Or do I have to write an English test for the admission or for the visa process? So I'm just going to share my own experience, and I think a lot different people might have different experiences, and I'm going to share the different experiences that I have encountered. So in my case, I wrote an English test, and I wrote the Pearson's test, PTE, that's what it's called. But I did not write this English test for the admission. I was given the admission based on my study in my bachelor's degree in English. But then the English test was needed for the visa procedure. What it meant was that I didn't need to score so high. I think I needed about 60 or 65, something like around that figure in the score, average score, for all the sections. But I think recently there's been a lot of issues. There's been a lot of campaign also against the English test, which is understandable, and the requirements are becoming more tightened. So you need to check what is written about your school, and if there's nothing written, send them an email and ask the question, because a lot of people just apply and go on with the procedure without asking all the questions. These people are there on the other side of the email to answer your questions. All you need to do is type it and send. And I've seen some other people who didn't need to write English tests, especially when they were given scholarships. They just had to get a letter from their supervisor. This is mostly for higher degrees, maybe PhD. They just had to get a letter from their supervisor to say that, look, I can attest to this person's English, having interviewed them for this position. So if you're in that position, if you've asked that question, this is me giving an answer. There's been so many of them in the comment section. I can't mention the names. I'll try to put the pictures of the questions. But so yeah, that's your answer. You might need an English test. There are several English tests you can write. You can write the IELTS. You can write the PTE. You might even be able to use TOEFL. It's used mostly for American and Canadian education, but you might even be able to use it if you have one. But if you don't, then I'd recommend you write any of these. I went for the PTE for several reasons, because I could get a date very quickly, and I had the resources to prepare readily online on the PTE website. So that's why I did that. I'm not in any way campaigning for PTE, but that's the one I used. So I just have a soft spot for that one. So yes, that's my answer to that question. The second question that I want to give an answer to is family relocation. Okay, a lot of people have asked me, can I relocate with my family? Can I have children? Can I come over with my children for a study? Can I, so many questions around this, and I'm sure a lot of you watching this might have that as well. So this is my answer. If you're trying to do a bachelor's degree, you might not be in a position to take your family along. If you're trying to do a master's, for as much as I know, you might not as well in Ireland. There might be other countries that will allow you. When you begin to have the opportunity to bring your family while you are studying is when you're doing a PhD. So if you're watching this video and you want to do a PhD, you're applying for funding or you're paying for yourself, just know that you can be able to apply for your family to join you, because the argument there is that you're going to be doing that study for 3 to 4 years, and that's such a long time for you to be separated from your family. So that's a very good reason for you to be able to bring your family. If you're doing a master's degree or a bachelor's degree, you might not be in a position to do that. But if you can do your master's and then get a job that gives you a visa or a permit, then you might be in a position to be able to avail for family relocation. So that's my answer to that. There's a lot about study, and it might not be a very wonderful time to have the burden of family in terms of everybody being moving over to a country at the same time. So you really need to consider this, especially for those who are thinking of doing family relocation. Consider the conditions. There's a lot to consider before you go for this option. The people who use family relocation a lot of the times are going over for work purposes, so that way the company is ready to take care of you, at least for a start, or you have an income on arrival. That's where it's much better for family relocation. And if you're looking out for family relocation in terms of jobs, then maybe I'll do another video. I haven't had so many questions for that, but I've had people ask me about their courses and if those courses are relevant for the industry here, so, and I've tried to answer some of those questions. But if you're looking for family relocation, I'd say maybe you try the job route, and maybe I'll do another video to discuss in depthly about job search, especially for those who might be looking for jobs from outside of Ireland or outside of Europe. So that's for that. The second one is choosing a course of study. This is a very important section. It might be third here. A lot of people consider all these other things, but it might be very important. You need to make sure that the course of study that you're going for or you're applying for is not only relevant to your first or previous degree, but also relevant to the area you want to work in after your study. So people try to do the masters in a course just because it's the in thing in that country. There are lots of opportunities. So whether ranging from management to digital marketing to finance to business to engineering to technology, all these courses offer different range of opportunities. So if somebody was into management previously and is trying to go into IT, you might struggle in that field. So you might even be better off doing a course in management, furthering in management and getting an opportunity in management. It might not be a smooth ride like that of IT, but you might be in a better position going forward, in terms of getting a job or settling in. So it's very important that you have a rethink about your course of study before you choose them. Make sure you research the course very well, and make sure a very good way is to go on to LinkedIn and find people who have done that same course and send them messages, okay? Chat them up about the course, ask them, was it good for you? How was it after study? You might get a lot of insight. I've had a lot of people contact me on LinkedIn to ask about the course of study that I did and how it relates to their future. So that's a very good way to go about it. Don't just select a course only by what you read in text. Ask questions properly before you select. Yeah, and don't also go for a course just because it has the same name with what you studied in your first degree. That might also be a wrong approach. Make sure that the content of the master's degree is also in line with the content, because a course might be called information systems in your bachelor's degree, but might be in library systems or something. And in the master's degree, it might not be the same. It might be programming and all that. So you need to really find out about the course. And a good place to go is on LinkedIn. A lot of people are connecting there. You can ask questions, professional questions, be professional about it. And you might even get good mentors for your career through LinkedIn. So that's a very good option for you. And finally, where do I start? I've had a lot of people asking as well, please, I want to do a master's degree. Can you help me? Okay. I've not been able to do all that. I've done my best in terms of comments, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to be sharing a link to Telegram, to a Telegram group that I've created. Now, yes, a lot of people are asking for my personal email, my personal address, or personal contact, but that's the best I can do to share that Telegram group to be able to have have a personal touch. Questions can be asked there. You can ask questions about the admissions. I'll do my best. And I want to create a community of people who can ask questions and respond, to those questions as well. So it's not just coming from me. You'd have other people share their experiences about study, about work. It's a very new group. And I believe that more people will begin to join as time goes on. So join if you want, and if you have any questions, you want to get in touch, feel free to click that link. It's going to be at the bottom of this video to the Telegram channel. So I'm going to be, in that group, you can ask where to start. But a good way to answer this question is research. Study about the schools. Go onto the school's website. That's the first place to start. The uni website is the first place to start. And when you do that, open up about 5 uni websites, 5 different university websites, and read up what they say. Find out the process of an application process and the application requirements. These are very important things to find out before you make that move. So find out what are the application requirements, find out what are the application procedures, and make sure you are ready for it. So if someone is trying to start a course this is January, I'm recording this in January 2022. So if you're trying to start a course in February 2022, you're probably late to start now. So if you want to start now, you should be looking out for a course, say in May or September, for 2022. So you need to start ahead of time. Don't rush it. It's not it's not a light decision. So be careful about it. Take your time, make the best choice, and give it your best shot. But, just to help you along the way, we'll be setting up this Telegram group, and you can feel free to join, and we'll be able to give you as much support as possible. My name is Mr. Value, and it's been a pleasure bringing you these lessons. I'm going to do my best to bring more and more videos in 2022. Welcome to a beautiful year. For those of you who are hoping to take studies this year, I wish you all the best. Can't wait to see you try. Take care of yourself. Bye.